welcome back to Annijuuti Knits, a knitting podcast. This is episode 8, and I'm really happy to be back already so soon. If you are new here, you're welcome to join me on my journey of knitting. This is a place where I talk about mainly knitting, sometimes dyeing yarn, and all these yarny things. I'm not a crocheter, but who knows, one day I might try that too. So my name is Annina and I come to you from Finland, place called Kokkola. I have a husband and 2 boys and a stepdaughter that also lives with us occasionally. Okay, let's get started. First of all, I want to thank you all of you who have subscribed. I have gained a lot of subscribers since the last episode. I think there's a thanks to say to you, Fernanda. Thank you for mentioning me, and I think that gave me a lot of new viewers, and I appreciate every single one of you. I want to thank you also from all the lovely comments that I got since the last episode. It was absolutely a joy to see and to read all of those heartwarming comments about my surgery and everything, and I didn't expect to be back so soon, but here I am. I actually finished some objects before my surgery, which was 2 weeks ago, but I have something new to show you that I have been working on after my surgery, but more from that later on. So I think we should get cracking with all these things. What do you think? So today I have 3 finished objects and 2 whips that I want to show you and to talk about a little bit. And at the end of the episode, I will give you a little life update. I will talk about the surgery because so many of you have been asking me about that, which is, it feels really good that you guys care and you are interested to know how I'm feeling and how is everything going. So I will give you an update about that later on. As you might notice, I am wearing my Ranunculus sweater that I was working on in the last episode. The yarn was a gift, or not a gift, it was a yarn swap. So I sent some yarn to Canada and Holly from Canada sent yarn to me. And this was one of her picks for me. The yarn is Bricks and Little. And maybe I will stand up a little bit so you can see how it turned out. So as you can see, it's a cropped, very fitted from the waist, a wide waist ribbing, and these half sleeves. So because the yarn is very thick, I thought maybe a shorter version with the shorter sleeves gives me the best wearability. So I think I was thinking of matching it with this skirt that I'm wearing now, which is a very high-waisted and it's very comfortable. It has like an elastic that comes up here, so it's very comfortable to wear, and I think it looks kind of flattering with even with a little bit softer figure like I have. So I went with the half sleeves. Thank you so much for everyone who commented or gave me an advice. I decided to go with this sleeve length, even though I had some yarn left over. I had half a skein left, so I could have gone with like a 3/4 length sleeves, but because I decided to finish the hem on a cropped level, I thought maybe these half sleeves would complement that and look nice, and I'm really happy with it. I used the recommended needle size, but because my bust is like 106 centimeters, roughly 42 inches, with this thicker yarn, I got the measurement so that it's pretty much like 0 ease, or maybe like an inch of negative ease on the bust. And I didn't do the raglan increases, so I stopped where the yoke part ends and split for the sleeves. And I actually even did some waist shaping. I think I did like six stitches on each side, so that it would hug the waist and be more flattering, since I'm not very skinny. So, but I think it suits my body type well, and I'm really happy how it turned out. So thank you for everyone who commented about that. And this color is just so stunning. What do you think? So that was my finished object number 1. My second finished object is socks for my husband. I have shown you these before. So these are the socks. They are European size 43. As you can see, my sock blockers. I actually had to buy these bigger sock blockers because I mostly make or knit socks for my husband, because he wears woolen socks all the time. And I thought it's worth of investing for a good pair of sock blockers. These are from Helma, handmade. They are plywood sock blockers, and they are very sturdy and durable, and they are Finnish craftsmanship work, so that's great. The socks were made without a pattern, just from the top of my head, and the yarn was some leftover yarn. The turquoise and the white is called kaupunkilankapulteri. So it's a wool and tencel blend with some polyamide, and it's actually very much softer than the regular wool or woolly sock yarn. So this is just a very basic commercial yarn, and I still have some leftovers, but I think it works really well in these type of socks that get a lot of wear. So yeah, I'm really happy with them. And these I finished just the day before my surgery. And yeah, so some old whips out of the way. And my third finished object, it's not a big one, but it's a very big accomplishment for me, because this one was my first recovery knit. It's a doll cardigan. As you can see, it's very tiny. This is a drops design free pattern sleep tight cardigan, and I made the preemie size and took a little bit smaller needles so that it actually fits a doll without any other adjustments. And I didn't want it to have like any ease or anything, because the doll is, you know, the dolls are kind of solid and they don't need any wiggle room. So this is worked flat, and it's made completely in garter stitch. So it was 4 days after my surgery. I decided that I need to knit something, so I started. It's worked from bottom up, so worked flat, and this is where I practiced my knitting again. I was really surprised that I could knit after so little time after the surgery. But I think that's that's something to do with the grip or the way I hold my needles, because I'm using my pinky to hold the needles. I can show you my grip a little bit later. So I didn't have to use my forefinger and my middle finger and my thumb as much. So yeah, it worked out really great. I will link this pattern down in the description box, so you can see. I think it's the arrow on the corner here, and you can click it, and then it will open up the show notes. So I will put the pattern links there, and also the links where you can find me. You can find me on Instagram as Annijuuti Knits and on Ravelry as Annijuuti. I'm not really a big Ravelry user. I just use it for patterns, and my projects are completely not on point, or I haven't updated those projects nearly enough. I should do it, but yeah. So I also have a group in Facebook. It's mainly in Finnish, but if there will be some international knitters, I will make an effort to put more English content to that group as well. Yeah, so this was my finished object number 3. Then one more project that I was working on after my previous episode before my surgery, and that was a sweater for my goddaughter. The cardigan is also for her doll. So she is starting school, and I promised to make her a sweater. So this sweater is, sorry, it's the wrong way around. Here you go. It's my Kaikuja mini. Now the yarn is here, you can see. I have blocked already the yoke, because I think, how can it be so hard to show you? It doesn't really fit on the needle, so it's all scrunched up. Yes. Anyways, so I was planning, or I actually promised her that I would finish the sweater before she starts school, and school starts next Wednesday. Today is Saturday, the 7th of August. So the school starts next Wednesday, and the sweater won't be finished. I started this when I was working on the pattern. So I think I've shown you this in a previous episode. I had like 5 centimeters, like the ribbing, and maybe 3 centimeters of the colorwork done. And so I made an effort to work on this one, and this is where I got it. So I still have a lot to do, but it won't be finished by the time she starts school, but maybe before the cold weather starts to appear. I always block the yolks after they are done, because my tension is rather tight. Usually I have to take one size bigger needles for the colorwork, and then I have to like aggressively block it to meet the gauge, because even though I'm really happy with my floats and everything, I get like an even tension, but it's still usually very tight. But it blocks out beautifully. And if you are making these colorwork sweaters, do you tend to block separately the yoke? I would like to know if other people do that as well, because then it will, after you split for the sleeves, you can't like spread it out and like aggressively block it. So I think it's very good to do it when it's in this circular form. And yeah, so yarn for this is the Drops Merino Extra Fine. It's the superwash merino, very affordable, and I think it's very good for kids' clothes, because then you can put it in the washing machine and you don't have to worry about it too much. And you know, children always make a mess, and they don't really take a good care of their clothes. At least my kids don't. so I tend to use these more affordable yarns and superwash yarns for the kids. And this is actually very soft. It peels a little bit, but not a great deal. Actually, I can show you. I have a pillow here on my couch. This is made from Drops Merino Extra Fine, and this is now, I think it was springtime, so maybe it was April a year ago. So 2020 April I finished this, and it gets a very hot wear when the kids are playing, and most of the time the pillows are on the floor or they're like jumping on them. So it has been a very durable yarn, even for household textiles. I think I have removed the pills just a couple of times, maybe 2 times, and it still looks very new. So I think it's a very good yarn for this more hard wearing things like pillows or kids wear. Or I have actually made one sweater for myself from that yarn, and yeah, it works out pretty great. Then another project that I wanted to talk to you about is a sweater that I have started the 1st of January this year. So it has been a work in progress for a long time, and there's nothing wrong with the pattern. If you followed me here or on Instagram for a longer time, you know that I'm very easily distracted. I'm very eager to start new projects, and this project I have shown you in the first of my episodes, and I have worked a little bit of this after that, and this is the one that I'm talking about. It's very bumpy and lumpy. This pattern is called Pohjolan emäntä sweater. I will link it, link the pattern to Ravelry on the show notes. This pattern is available in Finnish and in English. It's by Jenna K from Annijuuti Knits, and this is an absolute stunner. It's very crinkly. Like I told you, my tension is very tight when I'm knitting stranded colorwork, and as you can see, there are very long floats, and I've had to tie them on the back. So I think I lost interest just because of the difficulty of the pattern. It's not very difficult, it just requires a lot of concentration, which I always don't have. But now I only have I think I have 6 rows left on the pattern. So I think this is something that I will be working on next week. And after I finish that, it's just stockinette in the round, split for the sleeves, or split for the front and back, and then you connect the shoulders, and then sleeves in the round, and easy peasy. The yarn is very nice yarn. This is actually from my aunt's farm, or my aunt's sheep that have been milled close to them. It's thin sheep wool. It's a single ply, and it's so soft after blocking. I have been using this same yarn. The orange is from Kaaramayans, which I have talked about previously many times. My cardigan, the brownish caramel color yarn. Sorry, my yarns are tangled. So this is from Kaaramayans, the orange one, and they are actually the same exact yarn, just from the different places. So single ply thin sheep wool, when you wash it and block it, it will bloom. It has kind of like this uneven, the strand is a little bit uneven, but when you wash it, it will even out, it will bloom. And I was thinking maybe I should the dishwasher is beeping. Maybe I should block. What do you think? Should I block this colorwork section before I continue to the body? What do you think? It looks very tight and crinkly, so I don't know. Should I not? I think I definitely will switch to smaller needle size after the colorwork, because otherwise it will flare out, and I don't want that to happen. So yeah, but the reason that I chose this project is the material and the fact that it's thin sheep wool. Wool has known to have some therapeutic qualities. We have a sheepskin, like the whole wool part and all that. If you have seen my Instagram photos, you can spot that sheepskin from many of my photos. We usually have that on our chair here in our living room, and now that it's been hot, we don't wear it, or we don't keep it on the chair because it's so hot. But when you have a cold, or when you have muscle pain or whatnot, you just lean on the sheepskin or the fur, and it just feels so nice and comforting. And yeah, aching muscles and all that can be cured. Not cured, but it makes you feel better. So I wanted to work on this now that I still have a little pain in my hands. So also the needle size is perfect for me. It's 3.5 millimeters, so it's not too big needles, and it's easier for me to grip. And also the yarn is so pillowy and soft and light, so that it's easy for me to handle. It's not heavy at all. So yeah, this is what I'm going to be working on the next weeks, maybe, before I get bored and forget about it again. Yes, those were the things that I wanted to show you guys. I would like to know what type of knitting are you doing now when it's turning into fall? Are you already working on some winter projects, or what is on your needles at the moment? I'm curious to know what everyone else is knitting. So leave me a comment and tell me. So one more thing before I go into the live chat. I have shown you these two objects before. I have worked on the patterns, and I was actually curious to know if some of you are interested in test knitting for me. So if you are, leave me a comment. These patterns are written, they are not proofread yet, so I think in the next couple of weeks I will finish the patterns, and then they are ready for testing. So if you are interested in testing for me, leave me a comment and we will talk about that more. So I have this cowl I showed you in this couple episodes ago. The cowl is a Swift cowl. It comes in 2 sizes, and the testing time will be 3 to 4 weeks when I get the pattern ready. So Swift cowl, if you're interested. And then I have these socks that I showed you. They are called Taitos. I'm working on another pair in red, but I figured that because the pattern is already written, I can put it out to testing and then work on my own pair, and then I have better pictures, because this variegated yarn doesn't really show the pattern at all. But if you're interested in doing some simple knit and purl stitches and just a regular sock, then you can leave me a comment that you would like to test knit the socks for Taitos socks. They come in 3 different sizes, 60 stitches, 70 stitches, and 80 stitches for fingering weight yarn, and 2.25 millimeter needles. So leave me a comment if you're interested. I think that was all the knitting that I had to share with you guys, and now I will talk about my surgery a little bit, and then I will wrap things up for today. My husband is out with the kids, so the window that I have to film is not very big. So okay, so as I've mentioned a couple of times already, my surgery was 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks and 2 days, and it has been amazing recovery. I again want to thank you so much for all of you who have commented. It feels so nice to know that there are people who are interested in how I'm feeling and what's going on. So if you are very sensitive, look away. I will show you my hand, the wound. It's already healed really well. It doesn't really look bad. But if you are sensitive, look away now. So as you can see, it's very well healed. I got the stitches out this week's Monday, so 6 days ago, and after that it opened up a little bit in the middle. It was stitched up very tightly, so it opened up a little bit from the center. I was using these creams, these medical creams that they suggested that I should use, and it actually looked like it's not healing really well. And then I got some suggestions from people who have undergone this surgery that almond oil is something that, or bio oil, some sort of oils, but specifically I was suggested to use almond oil, and I actually I bought the almond oil yesterday, Friday, so I've used it for 2 days, and all the dry bits just peeled off, and the wound is closed and it looks really good. And yeah, so if you have scarring or something after the surgeries, or even like stretch marks and stuff, almond oil is something to help you diminish those scars. Yes, so the healing part. I got 6 weeks of work because of the surgery, and that's because I can't lift anything heavy. I can't use my hand to twist anything. So the twisting motion is not allowed, especially like jars or anything you have to open and use the force. So 6 weeks I have to stay at home, and I can do like everything with like I can use knives and forks and spoons and all that when I'm not using force. So I can't cut a steak or I can't like press down anything very firmly, but I can already eat with this hand. It's slow, but it works, and I can knit, which is the most important thing. And it works out really fine. I'm going to show you now how I'm holding my needles. I told you I will show you that. So I'm holding the weight with just this pinky finger. So when I'm knitting, I'm just like, these fingers are free. And I think that's the trick why I can knit already so soon, because I don't have to use my forefinger and thumb. sorry for that. Yeah, so it's going really well. I have a physiotherapist appointment next week, and she will tell me all the things that I can do. I have this little stress ball that I've been squeezing, and the hand is still very weak. The grip is very not firm at all, but otherwise I'm extremely happy how quickly I have recovered. And of course, with the small children, it's impossible to be like without doing anything. Like, my husband was running and I had to change a poopy diaper, so what can you do? But my husband has been amazing. He's been taking care of the house, the laundry, the kids, and I have been struggling a little bit to not doing anything. I consider myself as a very busy person, or I'm always doing stuff. So even if it's like folding the laundry or doing whatever at home, so it was very difficult for me. And I think my husband had a little bit hard time with me, because I was how do you say, I have been quite in Finnish we say vihainen kuin ampiainen, which means angry as a bee, or in Swedish arisomen vari, angry as a wolf. So I don't know if there is a saying in English like that, but I have been kind of cranky, I would say. For the first 2 weeks, or for the first week, I couldn't do anything, like washing my hair and all that. It was so difficult, and for me not to go out for walks or at the gym, or just regular stuff like clearing out the tables and cleaning after the kids, even the normal stuff. It made me so frustrated because I couldn't do anything what I would normally do. But slowly I am I'm able to participate on the household work, and my husband has been just amazing dealing with me, and and yeah, that's about that. The final thing that I wanted to say, just because the knitting community is just so warm and loving and amazing. I want to mention a couple of podcasters that I like to watch, just because I have been mentioned a couple of times, and it's always so nice to hear from people that they actually enjoy watching my videos. So I want to thank you, Fernanda from Little Monkeys and Me. She mentioned me on her last episode, and she's amazing. I really love watching her podcast. She's a very busy bee. She's always working on so many things. She gets a lot of things done, and she's an amazing mom homeschooling her kids. And yeah, just love her podcast. Another podcaster, a mom also. These all are now mommy podcasters. And the next one is Penrose Knits, the Knitting Pickle podcast, Laura. And she's one of those podcasters that I always wait to see another episode. She's so open and she's so herself. Like, she doesn't try to be anything else, and she's so funny and warm, and she has two kids almost exactly the same age as mine. So I really enjoy watching her podcasts, and she has this crazy speed as well when she decides, or when she has like a focus. She can make a Colorwork cardigan in 4 days or something like that. So she is amazing, speedy knitter as well. And the last one that I wanted to mention is LittleFernFibers. This is a newer podcast. I think she has like 3 episodes out, or 3 maybe. I found her just quite very recently, and she has this very calm way of explaining things, and she has like these amazing colors that she uses, similar to what I like to see. But it's very nice to watch someone so calm and collective, and you know, we watch podcasts usually to knit ourselves, just to keep us company, or I'm doing household work, so I'm like folding laundry or making dinner or stuff like that. So it's very nice to have someone calming you down, and very soothing voice, and she has very interesting ideas. She's also spinning yarn, and yeah, those are the 3 podcasts that I enjoy. There are so many more, and I think I will include some of these recommendations to my podcasts, because I have been so happy and thrilled to have people actually comment or mention me in their podcasts. But yeah, I think this is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for commenting and showing that you care. It means a ton. It means a lot. And yeah, I am just so happy to make these little videos, journals to you guys, and also for me. And yeah, now I'm rambling. I just thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you are here for the first time and you liked my video, please subscribe and like, and hit thumbs up, and yeah, leave me a comment if you have something to say. I'm happy to hear what everyone is knitting on, and leave me a comment also if you are interested in testing my upcoming patterns. This is it for now. You have a lovely day, and I will see you soon. Bye!